Mark Miller, and this is Katie Minnendorf. We're the team leaders of the Signature Group at Century 21 Carolyn Riley Realty, located in Fairlawn, Ohio. We know that real estate can get confusing fast, and if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in properties, there's a lot of information out there, but sometimes the answers aren't always clear. So we're here to let you in on some of the conversations that we have every day as realtors, so we can break things down, talk them through, to hopefully help you get the answers that you've been looking for. So let's get started. So when I'm talking to investors, I kind of feel like they fall into one of two camps. There's people that are looking to buy properties that they call turnkey, and then there's people that are looking to buy properties that they consider are value add.
Yes.
So I'm kind of curious how you would break down the difference between those two types of properties.
Okay. So just to help with the basic understanding, turnkey would mean it's 100% ready to go. You can buy it, don't really have to do too much, potentially get a tenant in, or it already has,
it's already rented.
It's already rented, the tenant's great, the lease is good, you're just buying it and finding a place to park your money, right? And just see return. Value add is that it's not rented, or it needs some work before it can be rented, or it's completely destroyed. There's going to be some level of value add. Turnkey is pretty defined as turnkey, it's ready. Value add could be giant project to maybe $5,000 to just lease up, right? There's some work that needs to be done to get it operating. Okay. So for those two differences, I agree with you. People sit in two camps. They either want to push the easy button and identify that and just have it flowing, and that's great. The pros to that is you're literally pushing that easy button, but you are, the con to that is that you're probably paying a premium amount of money for that property because it's fully operational.
You're not going to see as much appreciation, maybe.
Exactly. But if you're looking at it for a long-term hold, if you want to hold it for 10, 15 years, that's okay, because you're doing less. There's practically zero capital outlay on top of securing the loan and maybe that down payment for a turnkey property. So you're finding a place to park those funds, let them give you a return, letting the property appreciate maybe over a longer period of time to see that, and you're still winning on turnkey. So the value add opportunities are people who may have a little bit more capital that's free that they can utilize to get the property ready. You're going to pay less money for that value add opportunity, which hence the term value add. You have downtime because you're going to add the value yourself. There's going to be a little bit of elbow grease or a little bit of vendor coordination, some lease up time to get that going. But then once you do get it going, then it's going to give you that return.
Sure.
So it really depends on your financial situation and then your risk tolerance. I think at the end of it all, it's your all-in number that matters.
Sure. And I always feel like, and I'm going to throw this out off the top of my head, but there's kind of a third camp where looking at a tenant-occupied property, you can have a value add property that is immediately cash flowing.
Yes, that's a great point. You sure
you can defer that maintenance if they're taking care of the property, if they're good tenants, they're going to take care of that property, and you can value add, maybe add something, an upgraded bathroom or an upgraded kitchen once they move out, and then you can still get that appreciation while you're collecting rent up front.
You absolutely can. And to even take that a step further, it could be a value add opportunity while tenant occupied, and you can add that value while keeping that resident. If you find value in that relationship with the resident, I'll use an example. We had one of our clients, the rent was extremely low. Like the rent should have been, working in easy numbers, $1,000. I'm not exaggerating. The rent was like $550 because she had been there for like 15 years. Nothing had been done to the property, and she was very happy with her low rent. She was willing to deal with that. As part of the purchase process, we actually spoke with the resident and said, hey, do you want to stay? Do you want to go? What do you want to do? Because that is an important part of that process to educate. That's part of due diligence, right?
Sure.
And tenant said, I would love to stay, but I haven't had carpet in 20 years and the bathroom fixtures are really outdated. And I would love it if this one pipe would not be leaking into the basement because I want to keep my stuff there.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, let's talk about what stepped rent increases are going to be to bring you to market, because market rent's way up here, and how we can improve your living space. If we do these things, do you want to stay? And she said, I absolutely do. So we came up with a roadmap that worked for the resident, so she didn't have to move. She was very happy to pay the increased rent, and we could make some of these repairs to the property. And to me, that's the biggest win of all, because you have no downtime, no loss of rent. You're making some of the repairs that you would make anyway, and you have a crazy, happy, loyal resident who's probably going to stay for another 10 years.
Yeah, and I think that's where that communication that we talked about earlier really comes into play. Is you can actually end up with a bigger win just by being nice to people.
Really.
And thinking about them.
I think one of the biggest misses that I see, especially for folks who come to us for property management services or with challenges with their rentals in general, is that they don't take the tenancy into consideration. The actual human that's on the other side of that lease, that's cash flowing, is a part of the successful execution of that lease. And if you just take the extra little bit of time to educate yourself on the vibe of the tenant, what's important to them, do they want to stay, do they want to leave, are they damaging the property, that is going to help you so much more accurately, if that isn't even a thing, so much more accurately, I don't know. But it will help you better make your plan, and it will help your plan stick to itself. Like you're not going to be acting reactively, you will be acting to your game plan instead.
So I'm going to throw you a little loop.
Okay.
You talk a lot about property management. I thought you were a realtor.
I am a realtor.
So why do you know so much about property management?
Okay.
I think we should address the elephant in the room.
Sure. No, that's fine. So I am a realtor. I'm a licensed real estate broker here in Northeast Ohio, and so many people think realtors just work in sales, or real estate is just buying and selling. Real estate is so much more than that. But one other area that we happen to work in is we have a separate, like a dedicated property management brokerage. That is Carolyn Riley Property Management, that we don't talk about a whole heck of a lot on this channel.
Sure.
But it is another part of what I do. So it makes our relationship as sales brokers and realtors, I think, so much deeper, because it doesn't start and stop with the transaction. It actually continues through to operation. We have the knowledge and the breadth to understand how it can operate afterwards.
Right. Awesome.